Hey everybody, this is Heather Kate with Peacock and Paisley. I'm a wellness coach and I'm here to share some information that I recently found out to my disappointment about maple syrup. Even if you are eating organic maple syrup, which is better for you than regular maple syrup, and regular maple syrup is certainly better for you than, I hate to say it, Mrs. Butterworth's or any of the other corn syrup type syrups. But it turns out that the way maple syrup is made is they take liquid out of the tree called sap. It looks like water. It has the consistency of water, and they have to boil it down till it's like 40. It takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. I love maple syrup. I love maple sugar. I love maple sugar candy. I mean, I love maple. I grew up in New England. I actually used to have relatives that lived in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, which is like the home of maple syrup practically. But the way people used to back in the way back days control the foaming during the boiling process was to use some kind of an animal fat. In my research, I came across people who used to hang a piece of salt pork over the top of the pot so that when the foam came up to a high enough level, it would touch the salt pork and that would dissipate the foam. It's amazing how quickly it goes away. It's big poofy clouds practically. It's this big poof of foam. And then but other people used to like pour in some cream, like heavy beautiful cream. Some people would put in butter. I'm all good with that stuff, even though what I need is really carefully controlled grain-free stuff. However, I would rather have salt pork touch my maple syrup than what they actually put in. So currently, legal regulations are that an organic maple syrup producer can put in soybean oil. I don't want soybean oil. They can put in any kind of vegetable oil they want as long as it's organic. The soy in this country is so contaminated that there's basically no way to get okay soy. If you have grain and legume issues, you don't want that. The other thing that they can use if they're a regular non-organic maple syrup producer is just chemicals, and they're silicone. It's actually silicone. They put silicone in your food. So, unfortunately, unfortunately, if you're in an area that is not near a maple syrup producer, that's a small family operation, and you're just buying it from the supermarket, then the only way you can really find out what's in your maple syrup, besides maple syrup, even though it says pure, 100% pure, organic, is to call and harass or email or however you want to handle it, the company whose name is on the bottle. Most likely they are getting their maple syrup from a whole bunch of different producers, probably across Canada and New England. But the very best way to control what's in your maple syrup is to get it from a very small producer and find one that you're comfortable with. Honestly, I hope that maple syrup producers are starting to do CSAs. I would buy in. That would be, I would love it. I actually eat quite a bit of maple syrup and honey, depending on what I can, raw honey, again with the same issues, depending on what I can access. It's hard. I know it's hard, so I'm there with you. But if you've had sneaking little issues, even though you're working hard on cutting out anything that's bad for you, it can be very, very difficult. And I want to say that I've been on top of this grain-free, legume-free thing for myself for 7 years, and it never occurred to me that maple syrup would have, organic maple syrup would have anything other than something that was actually good for me. What can I say? I probably should have known better, but I didn't. Hey, hello to whoever you are that's on here. Say hi. So I know, if you'd like, I would love to know who you are and where you're coming from. And if you're watching this later, please give me a hashtag. And if you have any questions about this, please put them in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and I'm happy to do a little research and find out. This all started recently when I discovered that both maple syrup and pineapple juice, two things that I've been eating a long time, were giving me reactions. I could not figure out what the problem was. I was being so super careful with my diet, which is not fun, but it has really good benefits. So I would love to hear from you. So if you also happen to drink Dole pineapple juice, take a look at the label. It has changed in the last few years. Let's see. So what are some of the other questions you might have? If you have any, please let me know. I look forward to talking with you, and I look forward to answering your questions. And I would love to hear about your journey. I'm also a coach, so if you'd like some help figuring out how to work with your body, how to read your body's signs, how to find things that are in your life, and because it's more than just food. It's detergents, it's body care products, it's pervasive. I'm happy to work with you. Drop me a line and I'll look forward to being in touch. Have a great day.